Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds.
All right, you guys, so Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together, because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to...
What if one of Hollywood's most beloved power couples wasn't as picture perfect as they seemed? What if behind the charm and carefully curated image, there was a pattern of control, manipulation, and shutting down anyone who stood in their way? Robert Downey Jr. has always been one of the most respected figures in the industry, but even he wasn't immune to Ryan and Blake's tactics. Now, shocking reports suggest that RDJ saw the warning signs early and managed to escape a trap that had already caught others, just like Justin Baldoni. So what really happened, and why is Hollywood finally speaking up? Buckle up, because this one's about to get messy. After a 5-year break, Robert Downey Jr. is making his big return to the Marvel Universe. But before stepping back into the spotlight, he made a surprising move, turning down Ryan Reynolds. And it turns out this wasn't just a simple scheduling conflict. Ryan Reynolds has been pulling out all the stops for Deadpool and Wolverine, stacking the movie with as many star-studded cameos as possible. With 45 actors from both the MCU and Fox's X-Men universe making an appearance, it's clear that Ryan wanted this movie to be an unforgettable event. One of his biggest targets? None other than Robert Downey Jr. According to reports, Ryan had a scene in mind featuring RDJ alongside Jon Favreau, a reunion that would have thrilled Marvel fans. The writers had even crafted the perfect moment, placing the scene before Avengers: Infinity War to make it fit within the timeline. Ryan personally pitched the idea to RDJ, reading out the script and making his case. But despite the effort, RDJ didn't just say no, he shut it down immediately. At the time, Ryan had no idea why Robert was so quick to decline, but now the truth is coming out. Behind the scenes, RDJ was already in talks to join Marvel in an entirely different role: Doctor Doom. Of course, he wasn't in a position to share that information back then, leaving Ryan in the dark. While Ryan has since expressed his support, saying he's excited for RDJ and even hopes to go head-to-head with him in Secret Wars, fans aren't so sure that's the full story. For months now, conversations surrounding Ryan Reynolds have taken a sharp turn. The once universally beloved actor is facing mounting criticism, with some questioning whether he's really as charming and good-natured as he seems. And RDJ's decision to distance himself from him? That's only fueling the speculation. Even Hollywood insiders are starting to weigh in. And with Robert Downey Jr. seemingly siding with those raising eyebrows at Ryan and his wife, Blake Lively, it's clear that something bigger might be at play. Is Ryan Reynolds the real problem? New allegations surface. For months, the drama surrounding Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively has been making headlines, but a new twist in the story suggests Ryan might be at the center of it all. According to conservative commentator Candace Owens, a reliable source came forward with shocking claims about Ryan's role in the controversy involving Justin Baldoni. Candace shared on her social media that someone who worked on the set revealed a disturbing pattern of behavior, one that allegedly started with Ryan taking an unusually hands-on role in Blake's latest project. The source claimed that Ryan unexpectedly showed up on set one day and began reviewing the dailies, footage shot that day, and reading through the script. Something he saw apparently set him off, leading to a heated argument with Blake inside her trailer. From that point on, Ryan started appearing on set more frequently, closely monitoring the production. But it didn't stop there. According to this insider, Ryan began involving himself in rewrites, making adjustments to scenes, and even changing dialogue. Things escalated when he allegedly started mocking Justin Baldoni's role in the film, a claim that was also referenced in Justin's lawsuit. If true, this would suggest that Ryan wasn't just a concerned husband, he was actively working to undermine a co-star. But the most shocking claim, Ryan reportedly issued an ultimatum to WME, one of Hollywood's biggest talent agencies, whose clientele includes major stars like Taylor Swift and Justin Baldoni. The source alleges that Ryan demanded the agency choose between representing him and continuing to work with Justin. If this sounds familiar, it's because Justin himself made a similar claim in his lawsuit, stating that Ryan orchestrated his removal from the agency. The timing of these allegations is significant. According to the lawsuit, during the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere afterparty on July 22, 2024, Ryan approached a senior WME executive and openly expressed his disdain for Justin, reportedly using offensive language. Shortly after, Justin was dropped by WME and effectively blacklisted in Hollywood. This led some to believe that Ryan's actions weren't just about personal issues. He was allegedly making sure Justin's career took a hit. Candace Owens' source painted a disturbing picture of Ryan's behavior, suggesting that he goes beyond professional disagreements and actively works to control every aspect of a rival's career. The source claimed that Ryan has a history of inserting himself into the personal and professional lives of those he wants to undermine, from influencing movie scripts to controlling industry connections. The source even alleged that Ryan deliberately involved himself in events tied to Justin, from the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere to promotional campaigns, seemingly to ensure his presence was unavoidable. Candace Owens isn't the only one sharing negative stories about Ryan. In the wake of these allegations, more celebrities are hinting that his public image might not be entirely accurate. Martha Stewart, for example, recently made a comment that raised eyebrows. When asked about celebrities who would be fun to hang out with, she hesitated before discussing Ryan Reynolds. At first glance, this might seem like an innocent remark about Ryan's humor, but some online speculate that Martha was subtly calling out his true nature, suggesting that beneath his charismatic, funny guy persona lies someone far more controlling and calculating. As more stories emerge about Ryan Reynolds' behind-the-scenes behavior, it seems that Justin Baldoni wasn't the only one who found himself on the receiving end of his alleged power plays. In fact, Ryan's own Deadpool co-stars might have been some of the earliest victims of his influence over the franchise. One name that keeps coming up: Morena Baccarin. Fans of the Deadpool movies will remember her as Vanessa, Wade Wilson's love interest in the first film, but despite playing such an emotionally pivotal role, she was noticeably sidelined in the sequels. At the time, Morena played it safe, addressing her diminished role without pointing fingers. However, new reports suggest that Ryan may have had something to do with her reduced presence, not just in the movies, but in the franchise's promotional events as well. Did Ryan Reynolds blacklist Morena Baccarin? Insiders claim that Ryan actively blocked Morena from attending press tours and red carpet premieres, a move eerily similar to what Blake Lively allegedly did to Justin Baldoni. The worst part? Morena was apparently supposed to have a much bigger role in the franchise, but when discussions about expanding her character came up, Ryan reportedly shot them down. This reportedly caused friction with Deadpool director Tim Miller, who later walked away from the franchise. When asked about his decision to leave, Miller gave a telling response. It became clear that Ryan wanted to have complete control over Deadpool. That can work for some directors, but not for me. I don't mind a debate, but if I can't win any of them, then I don't want to play. Sound familiar? That same pattern of control seems to have surfaced in multiple situations involving Ryan, and Morena wasn't the only Deadpool co-star to have a falling out with him. Another actor who saw a shift in Ryan's behavior was TJ Miller, who played Weasel in the first two Deadpool films. But according to him, his on-set experience with Ryan was anything but fun. Back in 2022, Miller opened up on a podcast about how Ryan treated him differently once the Deadpool franchise blew up. He recalled an unsettling moment on set when Ryan, in character as Deadpool, made a cutting remark that felt a little too real. The exchange left Miller confused and uncomfortable, making him question why Ryan would treat him that way. When asked if he'd ever work with Ryan again, Miller didn't hold back. The truth behind Ryan Reynolds' public image. Miller also suggested that Ryan's confident, funny guy persona might just be a carefully crafted act. And it's not just Ryan. His wife Blake Lively seems to have adopted similar behavior, with claims that she mirrored her husband's tactics when dealing with Justin Baldoni. So what's really going on behind the scenes? With more and more actors speaking out, Ryan Reynolds' carefully polished reputation might be cracking faster than he expected. Did Anna Kendrick just subtly shade Blake Lively? Fans think so. Blake Lively has been facing some serious backlash lately, but now it looks like tensions might also be brewing between her and a Simple Favor co-star, Anna Kendrick. While the two actresses first worked together on the 2018 thriller, their upcoming sequel has sparked speculation that Anna isn't exactly thrilled to be teaming up with Blake again. A recent interview clip fueled these rumors even further. When asked about working with Blake again, Anna noticeably avoided the question, responding vaguely instead of expressing excitement. "Oh, yeah, I'm happy to be back." The awkwardness wasn't lost on fans, many of whom believed this was Anna's way of subtly distancing herself, and according to insider sources, there's more going on behind the scenes than people realize. While promotional efforts for Another Simple Favor were supposed to be a joint effort between Anna and Blake, reports suggest that Anna is now pushing to go solo, mainly because she doesn't want to get caught up in Blake's growing controversy. Although Blake is contractually obligated to promote the film, she reportedly has the option to determine how involved she wants to be, and based on what's happening, she might be stepping back. Adding fuel to the fire, sources close to the production claim that Anna and Blake's dynamic on set was far from friendly. Tension reportedly built up over creative differences, with Anna feeling that her input was overshadowed. Meanwhile, Blake's camp insists that any awkwardness is being exaggerated, chalking it up to standard Hollywood politics. Still, fans can't help but wonder, is Anna's subtle shade a reflection of deeper issues? Or is this just another case of the internet reading too much into things? Either way, the drama surrounding Another Simple Favor just made it a whole lot more intriguing. Blake Lively accused of manipulating the movie poster. But the real drama? Fans are convinced Blake pulled some strings to give herself an unfair advantage in the film's marketing. And when you look at the numbers, the decision seems even more questionable. Anna Kendrick has starred in 50 movies with a combined box office total of over $2 billion. Blake Lively, on the other hand, has been in about 25 films, grossing just over $1 billion. Based purely on industry standing, Anna is the bigger star, so why is Blake's name placed in a way that visually elevates her? Some believe this was a strategic move by Blake, a way of subtly asserting dominance despite Anna being the clear lead. If true, it wouldn't be the first time Blake, or Ryan, has been accused of maneuvering behind the scenes to gain control. Are Ryan and Blake becoming Hollywood's least liked power couple? As more stories emerge about Ryan and Blake's alleged behavior, it's becoming clear why some of Hollywood's biggest names, including Robert Downey Jr., might be keeping their distance. So is Ryan's growing reputation the real reason RDJ refused to work with him? And can Ryan and Blake recover from all the controversy surrounding them?